I'm inviting you to step with me into this sacred, beautiful Buddhist cave temple in Thailand, which is a portal between dimensions, portal between light and darkness. And here I hold a powerful moon transmission, which was supposed to be available for about 72 hours. But Spirit said that every time you watch this video, the energy of this transmission is going to be activated within you. The entrance of the temple is guarded by monkeys, and the cave is protected by trees, as the trees are well known for grounding and for aura cleansing. Now, the healing transmission was one of the most extreme powerful moon transmissions that I have ever held so far. And it was quite complex. It lasted for about 3 hours. And there was a lot of cleansing. There was a lot of purging of the stagnant stuff and negative energy that we all carry from our past, including past lives. There was a lot of healing, healing of the chakras in particular, solar plexus chakras and feet chakras. There was a lot of grounding. We all need grounding. There was a lot of centeredness. Of course, we all need centeredness, protection, peace, internal peace, and of course, mindfulness. One of the key elements that Spirit guided me to work with was the raising of the divine feminine principle. As the world needs feminine wisdom and feminine balance these days, I hope we will agree. Now, beautiful thing, the caregivers of this temple are actually women dressed in white. They're monks. Another fascinating thing I noticed, few women, light workers, perhaps healers, doing sacred work the same time I was actually doing my sacred work. And I noticed a woman, she was crying continuously. And actually we bumped into each other in each chamber of the cave. The cave has actually 3 main chambers. And we saw each other, we looked into each other's eyes as we were crying. It was quite fascinating. I was probably weeping and bursting into tears on and off for the entire transmission. And crying is considered very healing. When women cry, Mother Earth heals, Mother Earth cleanses. And in one of the chambers, there was another woman that saw me crying uncontrollably and came to me with her hands at the heart in Namaste, peace position, and bowed to me. And I did the same. I bowed to her in recognizing each other's divine feminine in sisterhood. So let me introduce you to the 3 chambers, and I'm going to start with the 3rd chamber, the one that is the darkest one. It was the most intense one, and it's the chamber of purging energy. It's the chamber of releasing, cleansing, and purifying. And here you can feel you're right into the womb of Mother Earth, right inside her darkness, her juiciness, where there is a lot of powerful work being done to release the past, to release karmic stuff, past lives, including pain, misery, and suffering. So here was the most intense, powerful work for me. I spent time crying here continuously. And at some point, I was shaking uncontrollably. I didn't know even why. Now, every time someone would come to this chamber, I was bursting into tears uncontrollably. So I asked Spirit, why this happens? And Spirit said, because we all carry lifetimes of misery and suffering and pain into this present lifetime. So we need to become aware and start releasing the past. So I didn't know I was releasing not only my past, but I was helping other people, releasing their own past. Very powerful. Crying, it's extremely powerful way of releasing. So I spent quite some time here in this chamber doing healing work. And also here there is a little altar where there is a hermit. There is even a divine goddess there, Shiva, and some other statues, some other symbols. There are actually many altars and Buddha statues and shrines throughout the cave, everywhere. But I was attracted by this one in particular as I felt there's a lot of psychic energy here, a lot of spiritual power, a lot of healing energy here. So later I did my research and I found out that the statue of the hermit, it's called Lursi or Ruesi in Thailand, which in fact is a sage or a rishi who dedicates his life to a higher spiritual practice and to acquire supernatural and psychic abilities in order to assist other living beings with healing and to help reduce suffering and pain. Here there is also a staircase that carries the energy into the light and symbolizes that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. So no matter how hard it is, there is always an opening, always a solution to each and every problem we face. Here I had some issues myself. I was getting sick to my stomach and I was cleansing not only my own energy but helping others cleanse their own energy. And it's funny because every time I would ask for help with cleansing and centering, there were leaves from the trees coming down the portal to the earth. It was pure magic. I felt like I was in a Harry Potter movie where everything was so real. I even heard noises out of this world. The second chamber of the cave was all about healing with the light. There was actually a lot of light coming from the ceiling, cleansing and purifying our chakras, or the entire chakra system, in particular the solar plexus chakra, which can hold a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, and that can prevent us from healing. Not to mention the ego that can get stuck here. So yes, there was more crying, more releasing, a lot of healing and a lot of grounding. I took my shoes off to connect with Mother Earth, to connect with the groundness and centeredness of the earth. There was a lot of light. The main energy was light. Light helps to heal the detrimental ego and also helps with centering. I used shamanic breath, profound and very powerful shamanic breath, while doing the grounding and the cleansing and the healing. And what I noticed was a very weird, very wild sound coming from the cave. Perhaps the sound of a bird or a bat or any animal were just coming from out of this world. I don't know. So the first chamber was all about peace, all about transcendence, tranquility, and serenity. After more than 2 hours of healing and intense work, I was exhausted. So coming to this chamber where Buddha consciousness was ruling was, like a breath of fresh air. Just allowing the energies of healing and peace to take over felt extremely good, extremely good. So, cheers to allowing, basically, and cheers to letting go. So I'm inviting you to sit down and integrate and ground this experience from our sacred journey and tap and tune into this experience and see how you feel, see how you can work on your emotional problems, on letting go, on healing. My husband and I grew at an extreme fast pace on a consciousness level and upgraded our level of awareness, and the words will never explain this experience, but I truly hope you will get the benefit from our experience and apply it to your life. I held you in my heart, and I held you in my prayers and my meditative walk and healing work, and I hope you feel that energy. So we made some offerings to Buddha consciousness at this temple in the form of gold leaves for prosperity and abundance and great relationships, and in the form of organ. We gifted a protection organ pendant, a dragon organ pendant, and an angel organ pendant for health, for healing, for love, for peace, for spiritual powers, of course for protection and for angelic connection. And I hope you all feel and enjoy the offerings and the healing energy that emanates from this experience. So I'm wishing you peace and blessings. Namaste.